Welcome back, history lovers and dino enthusiasts. Today, we're journeying back millions of years to a time when giants roamed the earth. A world ruled not by humans, but by colossal beasts locked in an epic, planet-spanning struggle for survival. This is the ultimate showdown. The plant-eaters versus the meat-eaters, the herbivores versus the carnivores. There was a war that lasted for over 100 million years, an evolutionary arms race that shaped the destiny of life itself. Who had the edge? The mighty, armored herbivores or the cunning, lethal carnivores? Get ready, because we're about to uncover the secrets of this prehistoric battle. Let's set the stage. The Mesozoic era. The age of reptiles. The world was a lush, green paradise for some, and a brutal hunting ground for others. On one side, we have the herbivores. These weren't just gentle grazers. We're talking about titans like the Tyrannosaurus, a sauropod so massive it could weigh up to 100 tons, stretching longer than 3 school buses. Imagine the sheer amount of plant matter it needed to consume every single day just to stay alive. To deal with tough prehistoric plants like cycads and ferns, these giants evolved specialized teeth for stripping leaves and massive digestive systems to break it all down. Survival. For an herbivore wasn't just about finding food. It was about processing incredible quantities of it efficiently. But being a walking buffet in a world of predators meant herbivores needed more than just a big stomach. They needed defense, and their evolution is a masterclass in survival strategy. Take the Stegosaurus, with its iconic backplates and a tail tipped with deadly spikes, a weapon we call a thermometer. These plates weren't just for show. They likely helped regulate body temperature and made it a much harder target for a predator's bite. Then there's the Ankylosaurus, the living tank of the Cretaceous. Covered head to toe in thick, bony armor and armed with a devastating club at the end of its tail, it was a fortress on legs. An adult Ankylosaurus was virtually untouchable. And of course, the famous Triceratops, with its massive frill protecting its neck and 3 formidable horns pointing straight at any threat. These weren't passive creatures. They were built to fight back. Beyond individual armor, the most powerful defense for many herbivores was unity. They lived in herds. By sticking together, they created a wall of muscle and bone. A single young diplodocus might be vulnerable, but a whole herd of them, with adults watching over the young, was a different story. The collective vigilance of the herd meant there were always eyes and ears scanning the horizon for danger. If a predator attacked, the group could mount a coordinated defense, stampeding or using their immense size to intimidate or even crush the attacker. For a lone carnivore, taking on a healthy adult herbivore in a herd was an incredibly risky gamble. Strength in numbers was a game changer. Now, let's flip the coin and meet the other side. The carnivores, the hunters, the apex predators. The name that sends shivers down everyone's spine. Tyrannosaurus rex. The T-Rex wasn't just big. It was a perfectly engineered killing machine. Its skull was over 1 meter long, built to withstand immense bite forces. Its teeth were like railroad spikes, designed not just to slice flesh, but to crush bone. And its sense of smell was legendary, allowing it to track prey from miles away. The T-Rex represents the pinnacle of carnivore evolution, combining brute strength with sophisticated sensory abilities. But the T-Rex wasn't the only killer on the block. The world of carnivores was diverse and deadly. Consider the Allosaurus, a fearsome predator of the Jurassic period. Lighter and more agile than a T-Rex, it hunted in a different way, possibly in packs, using its sharp claws and serrated teeth to slash and bleed its prey. Then there were the raptors, like the Velociraptor, and its larger cousin, the Utahraptor. They weren't the giants, but they were the assassins of the prehistoric world. Their intelligence, speed, and of course, that signature sickle-shaped claw on each foot made them terrifyingly effective pack hunters. They could coordinate attacks, isolate weaker members of a herd, and bring down prey much larger than themselves. Each carnivore filled a niche, from the giant crushers to the swift slashers and the intelligent pack hunters. So, how did they hunt? It was a chess match of life and death. Carnivores had to be smart. They couldn't just run blindly into a herd of triceratops. They were strategists. They would stalk their prey, using camouflage and terrain to get close without being detected. They were experts at identifying the weak link in a herd: the young, the old, or the sick. An attack was a burst of explosive energy. Speed was critical. A predator, like a Carnotaurus, with its powerful legs, could launch a surprise ambush, aiming for a quick, decisive strike to the neck or flank. They had to weigh the risk versus the reward. A failed hunt meant wasted energy and potential injury, which could be a death sentence. A successful hunt meant survival for another day. This constant pressure between predator and prey fueled an evolutionary arms race. Herbivores got bigger, so carnivores evolved stronger jaws and bigger teeth. Herbivores developed thicker armor, so carnivores became smarter, hunting in packs to find a weak spot. It was a dynamic, ever-changing balance. For every defensive innovation by the herbivores, the carnivores came up with a new offensive tactic. This incredible interplay is what drove the amazing diversity we see in the fossil record. Neither side ever truly won for long. Instead, they co-evolved, locked in a dance of survival that pushed both to their absolute limits. Ultimately, however, this incredible era came to a dramatic end. About 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid struck the Earth, triggering a global catastrophe. The impact threw vast clouds of dust into the atmosphere, blocking out the sun. Plants died, and with their food source gone, the giant herbivores starved. Without the herbivores to hunt, the massive carnivores, including the mighty T-Rex, soon followed. The long, epic war between the plant-eaters and meat-eaters was over. Ended not by a victor in their struggle, but by a force from beyond their world. The dinosaurs were gone, paving the way for the rise of a new class of animals, the mammals. So, who truly won? In a way, neither. It was a stalemate, decided by a cosmic event. But their legacy is all around us. The story of the herbivores and carnivores is the story of life itself, a story of adaptation, competition, and the relentless drive to survive against all odds. It reminds us that even the most dominant creatures on the planet can vanish in the blink of a geological eye. Their epic battles shaped the world we know today, leaving behind a fossil record that continues to inspire awe and wonder. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back to the age of dinosaurs. What an incredible story of power, strategy, and survival. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the prehistoric world, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into our planet's amazing past. Let me know in the comments which dinosaur you think was the ultimate survivor, and we'll see you in the next video.